Let's begin Chapter 10 of French for Reading. This will be the first part. We're going to look at the word tout. The basic translation of this word is all or every. And generally, if you just kind of look at it and figure out which one fits, that'll work. But we're going to look at some of the nuances that make it a little tricky. Now, first of all, let's look at when tout occurs before le, la, or lay. Now, there aren't too many words that occur before le, la, or lay. Usually, adjectives occur immediately before or immediately after a noun, but tout is going to occur uh, before the definite article. And it's going to agree in number and gender and generally be translated by all. So if I say tout le matin, that's morning. So that means all the morning or all morning or the whole morning, depending on the context. Now, in this next example, I'm going to use the word matinee. And that's another word for morning, but this suffix e that comes at the end there, that's kind of like the suffix full. So if you want to talk like about an oven full of cookies, a fourré, we would use that ee. A day full of activities would be a journée, rather than just a jour. So a matinee is the morning full of time. It kind of like emphasizes the duration and what's happening during the morning. So that might not come across in our translation, but that's why we have a masculine, le matin, and la matinée emphasizes the content of the morning. So tout le matin was masculine, toute la matinée would be feminine, and that again would be translated something like all morning or all morning long. Now, if we wanted to talk about all the mornings, which is different than all morning, we could say tous les matins. That could be all the mornings or every morning. Now, note that tous here, the second T has dropped out. It's it kind of like agrees in gender and number irregularly. The masculine plural drops the second T. And then feminine plural, toutes les matinées, would be all the mornings, every morning. So this is how it forms for all or every. Now, when there's no le, la, or lay, it tends to mean any or each, and it still agrees in gender. So, tout homme peut devenir artiste. That would mean any man can, devenir means to become, an artist. An artist is a profession, so there's no article there. So any man can become an artist. So tout homme is any man. Now, we might want to translate that as any person if it's not specifically talking about men, but that would depend on the context. Tout citoyen a des droits. So here we have tout and citoyen. That's a word for citizen, and citizen in the sense of someone who lives within a community. And it's not talking about nationality. It's talking about the idea of you're living within a society that has rules and regulations. So, tout citoyen a des droits. Each citizen has rights. So, two could be translated as each in this context. Now, tout can be used as a pronoun, just kind of like as a standalone word. So, tout masculine singular will be everything. Tous or tout will be all or everyone. So, tous réussiront l'examen. Now, everyone, and now this is a future tense, which we haven't looked at yet, but we'll just kind of go by faith here. Everyone will pass the exam. I sure hope so. That's my goal. I really want every single one of you to pass this language exam. So everyone is the subject here will pass the examination. Tout est facile en français. So tout is the subject, is easy in French. So everything is easy in French. Now, a common greeting at the beginning of a program or some type of evening activity is bonsoir à toutes et à tous. And so that basically bonsoir, bonsoir is good evening to all the women and all the men. So good evening, everyone, or good evening, ladies and gentlemen. But they also have a saying for that too. But the idea is good evening to everyone. Now, to can also be used in a figurative sense, where it's not talking about all or every, but it's just kind of used as an intensifier. And it tends to be that way when it's an adverb, meaning very, completely, quite, or totally. Now, this is bizarre because it agrees in gender and number, and generally adverbs are invariable, but because to is basically an adjective being used figuratively as an adjective, it picks up the gender and um, uh, number of the adjective it's modifying. Il est tout mignon. So he is, and then mignon is cute, and it can mean either cute like a baby or cute as in good looking. Il est tout mignon, he's very cute. That's typically what you would say about a baby, not just that baby's mignon, but tout mignon, very cute. Elle est toute mignonne, and this would be the feminine. She is very cute. And so tout is feminine. Il est devenu tout pâle. So here we've got devenir in the passé composé conjugated with être. He became pâle is pale. So he became all pale, very pale. We'd say completely pale might be the best way of translating it. Now, to is also used in some idiomatic expressions that you don't translate word for word, but it's just a concept, and you need to be able to recognize these expressions. We've seen tout le monde, that means everyone. That's just the normal way of saying everyone. It doesn't mean all the world, it means everyone, and so that's how you normally want to translate it. Tout de suite means immediately, right away, without a delay. Sweet normally means something that follows. So it's basically saying it follows immediately. So immediately is the idea of tout de suite. And then tout à fait means completely. It's a kind of an intensifier, like two can be all alone, but tout à fait is even more so. So that's completely. So here's an exercise. Write down your translation to all of these, and the last one's especially tricky because it's to help you situate it historically. It would be the late 1990s and early 2000s. So write down these answers and then go on to the next video to check your answers.